Hey, how is it going? So today we're doing even a little bit more work on the EcoBoost Mustang. A lot of parts have came in, so of course we're putting a lot of parts on the car. And today we're doing some engine stuff. Ah yes, finally more engine mods. Actually, this is really wrapping up the last bit of what I had for the engine mods here for the EcoBoost Mustang. Now finally, and I keep saying that I was waiting for just the final box from Mishimoto, and it has finally showed up here. Got the last bit of Mishimoto parts for the Mustang, so we're gonna do a little unboxing here. I'm gonna show you what it is. All right, in this box, as you can see, we got more piping. Now this, I thought, on this car was a worthwhile upgrade, and I'll show you why once I get these parts compared to the factory stuff. Big takeaway from this is not so much maybe a performance increase, but a visual enhancement of the engine bay. So, oh yes, much like the intake pipe, I got that beautiful just black kind of like textured finish here. Looks great. Love that look. It looks wonderful under the hood. It doesn't stand out. It looks right. You know what I'm saying? It just looks right. So there's that. And then this pipe here, this one is from the intercooler to the throttle body. This cold side here. Come on, come out. Yeah, I tell you, Mishimoto does a fabulous job with packaging. Holy crap. I mean, they go above and beyond for packaging. So look at that, another beautiful piece. And actually, if you look right here, it's probably something I will never do, but they have a little bung here that can be tapped into if you want to put in a methanol and jet, or if you're really feeling saucy, nitrous. So that's pretty cool. Or you could put a secondary sensor there, whatever you want. I love the fact that they include that. It just makes a nice flexible product for people who are really doing a serious build. Not to say I am, but if I wanted to, I have it. And then to go with that, you have all of the really nice Mishimoto brand silicone couplers here. And you know what? These are actually very nice couplers. I don't know who makes them for Mishimoto, and I mean, some company must make them, but they're very nice. They're very nice, solid, and aesthetically pleasing couplers. I love how they do the orange on the inside because that's their colors. It's pretty nice. So there's one coupler. I have another one here, another small one, and then the last smaller coupler here. So that's good. Now with all the couplers, of course, we need clamps.
Clamp number one!
We have a whole assortment of them here. So beautiful to see that. And see, of course, like most of the Mishimoto products, this is another reason why I went with them. They are carb certified, so that great air freshener. Alright, so now that we've got everything unboxed, the next step is to basically make room in the engine bay here to start installing. So with doing that, we gotta do some uninstalling. So let's go take care of that. So I got all my tools laid out here that I think I'll need, and the first thing I'm gonna do is actually start disassembling the Mishimoto intake. So now I got the factory pipe out, I wanted to compare it to the Mishimoto pipe, and why I think this is going to be a really nice upgrade, especially if you were running more boost. I want to go ahead and point out this part right there. You see how tiny that is? Look at that. I don't even know how tiny that is. And I think it's not until Yeah, it's not until pretty much the end of it does it get the size of the Mishimoto pipe. The Mishimoto pipe stays that size all the way through. So as you can see, it's a massive difference. Now the only other thing to do is I have to get the blow-off valve swapped over onto the new pipe here. Alright, got the factory blow-off valve mounted onto the Mishimoto pipe. Now I'm assuming the best method to this is to put the clamp on the intercooler first and then stick the pipe on. So let's go take care of that. Alright, hot side piping is on, so now let's work on cold side. I tell you what, one thing I've noticed about the factory pipes here is they have all the clamps clocked in the most annoying way. Where the part of the clamp to tighten it is in the most inconvenient spot. Alright, cold side is put on. Now, here is something really annoying that I was not expecting to run into with this Mishimoto kit. If you notice here, the clamps right there, well, they're not T-bolt clamps. That's because these T-bolt clamps are supposed to go onto the bottom half of this pipe down there coming off the intercooler. The problem is these were too small. I needed to use the 3-inch clamps that they provided, and those 3-inch clamps were meant to go here. Since I used those clamps, I didn't have anything to clamp onto the last coupler onto the throttle body. So that's really annoying. I don't know why that is. I don't know, maybe if I can give them a call and they'll send me 2 T-bolts, because I'd much rather have these, especially at the throttle body. And they look nicer too, because that looks horrible. But otherwise, it's in. So I'm gonna get the intake back on and button everything up, and then I'll give it a start and see how it sounds. So everything is buttoned up, cleaned up, so now I'm gonna give the car a start, see if there's any difference in sound, of course check for leaks. Everything seems good, so let's take it around the block, see how it does. So I noticed it doesn't seem to be, and I guess this has to do with the opening not necking down so much. The power seems to be a little bit more linear. It doesn't seem to be as, like, the boosts all coming in at once. Which is actually kind of nice. It's not like it's just a complete stab of torque. But then again, I don't have the boost turned up, and I haven't really opened the throttle up much because the car's still a little cold. Drive around a minute. Once the engine oil temp comes up to a good operating level, then I'll probably get on it more and see how it does and make sure that the hoses stay put. Okay, so now that the car is warmed up, I've noticed that I think I need to do a cam reset and just drive the car around, because this has definitely changed the car. It doesn't seem to run nearly as good as it did. It pulls a little bit harder though, so there's that, but it's having moments where it wants to break up, and I don't know if that's because of the boost, I don't know. So I definitely need to do a cam reset, but I'm gonna get back to the house here And I'm gonna check the temperature on the pipe and compare it to the original before, and then I'm gonna actually check my intercooler temps as well here. So sitting here looking at the X4, as you can see, intake temps, I2s are 125. That's pretty much about where they were. In fact, that may actually be just a tad bit higher than it was. And it's only 82 degrees out right now. So I've been letting the car sit and idle here for a minute. I had to go and get a new battery for the GoPro. Oh, let's see here. And I was doing a cam reset while I was waiting. Okay, so IETs now, IET2s, are 141 degrees. Now, I'm pretty sure that's higher than it was with the factory pipes. That was kind of to be assumed. So one thing I want to do as a comparison between the Mishimoto pipes and the factory plastic pipes is I want to compare the external temperature of the pipes to see if there's any difference between the two. Of course, the Mishimoto pipes are made out of a metal and the factory are plastic. So, I've noticed that there is no difference in intake air temps, and with this one, actually to the touch, it is no different, doesn't feel, than the factory pipe. But over here, the turbo outlet, this pipe is a little warm. Of course, it's closer to the engine and it's got a lot of hot air coming out of it. So I'm just going to get a base reading here of the exterior. 135 degrees? Are you serious? 139. So 139 there. Let's see. Let's go over to the rubber piece that is going out of the intercooler to the throttle body. And that one is 115. You know what? That's about right, because IET2s usually are about that. So let's pop the hood and let's check the temps of the pipe, the exterior pipes themselves. Okay, so the whole engine bay is that much hotter. So this pipe is really hot. Let's check this pipe. Remember before it was like about 116? Oh my God. Okay. What about that one down there? Yikes. So it seems like these are going to be working the intercooler a lot harder. So far, I'm not sure if this has been the best mod or not. Aesthetically, it looks good. It does, like something I noticed, it has definitely like leveled out the power. The power doesn't come in as strong as it did. Like it just doesn't go boom. It just kind of like and then it comes in. It's more linear now, which is kind of nice. It's not like that super crazy thrust you get when the boost comes in. It's a little bit more linear now, which is probably better for traction because you just don't get that sudden torque surge. But as far as temps go, that not super happy about. The whole engine bay is definitely hotter. The hotter the air is, the more I have to worry about detonation issues. So maybe in the winter time won't be that big of an issue. But I probably won't be running the car that hard in the winter time because it's going to be cold and I'm not going to get traction. But as far as just a, you know, decently, it's not hot. It's a warm day, 82 degrees. I mean, that's nice weather to me. And the car's cooking. So we're definitely going to have to figure something out there, because I do like the way it looks. And I've already spent my money. Once I got some driving time with this, I'll make an update video, just something casual here as, you know, the videos go along. Make sure that nothing has come up and, you know, just give kind of an overview of that. But otherwise, that will be it for this video. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share with everyone you know if you want to see more content like this, and go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Keep a lookout for the next true car enthusiast video.